Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good day, everyone. Yeah, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so I can see about 32 of the class are here. Okay, so how are you, class? Everything's good? Okay, semua mute ni kan? Hopefully semua okay lah eh. Alright. So I believe maybe most of you already seen me in our class before, but for those who haven't, okay, so I hope you know lah. Okay, so this is me lah, Mizarina. Okay, for your lecturer for this course. Alright. Okay, so I guess kita start je lah dah pukul 2 kan. Okay, so first of all, today what we are going to do is we are going to cover chapter 1. Okay, so boleh bagi respon sikit kalau boleh dengar suara saya in the chat box maybe. Okay, good. Alright. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Okay, thank you. Alright. So, today we're going to cover chapter 1. So basically, you can get this chapter 1 notes in our UTeM page. Okay, so I already uploaded the lecture slides for chapter 1 in our page. So please go to week 1 tab and then you can get the lecture notes there. Okay. Alright, so this is what we are going to cover today. Okay, so the first one is we are going to look at again the course learning outcome. Okay, so we just want to go through. Okay, and the second one is you are going to look at chapter 1, and then we are going to look at our planning ahead here stands for our plan lah for this course for this week and next week. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the first one that we are going to cover is the course learning outcome. All right, so let's take a look again at the course learning outcome. So this is our course learning outcome. Basically, there are 4 course learning outcome in which at the end of the semester, after we have finished going through this course, it is expected that each one of us should be able to, to get these 4 things lah. Alright, so the first one should be able to explain architecture of computer hardware and different types and functions of operating system. The second one is we should be able to demonstrate the technologies of computer networking and data communications with relation to Internet of Things. Okay, the third one is we should be able to assemble and install a complete computer system, operating system and networking setup through lab session. And the fourth one is we should be able to perform experiments or assignments individually or in groups effectively. Okay, so basically this course learning outcome is catered for our course. Okay, so why do we have this course learning outcome? So let's go back to this information. Basically, course learning outcome mapped to the program outcome. So program outcome here, so this program stands for our Diploma in Electronic Engineering program. Okay, so this is when we say program, so we are talking about the Diploma in Electronic Engineering program. Okay, so if you realize throughout this, throughout your study, so every course got course learning outcome, isn't it? All right. So this course learning outcome is specific for that course, but the course learning outcome itself is there to cater for the program outcome. Okay. So if you want to know further, then you can click on this link in our slide. Okay, so which will direct us to the our page, our faculty page, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this one together. All right, so can you see this? Okay, so this is uh, our page for Diploma in Electronic Engineering page in our faculty, okay, faculty web page. All right, so if you look at our faculty web page over here, so you can see these are all the information about the program itself. Okay, and you can see over here, so this is the program outcome. Okay, so basically we have a 12 program outcome for Diploma in Electronic Engineering. Okay, so and each program outcome is achieved when you reach or when you achieve the course learning outcome in the independent course that you had joined previously. Okay, for example, in our course, okay, we have 4 course learning outcome. So each 4 learning outcome over in our course cater for different program outcome for Diploma in Electronic Engineering program. Okay, so that is what it meant by this one, the mapping. Okay, so let's go back to our page just now. All right. So in other words, if we look at our course itself, okay, computer engineering course, so our first course learning outcome will cater the first program outcome, okay, which is the knowledge part of the program outcome, okay. And the second one, our second learning course learning outcome, cater for problem analysis, PO2, program outcome number 2. All right, and our third course learning outcome, cater for modern tool usage, PO5. Okay, and our last program outcome, learning outcome, cater for the ninth program outcome, which cater for individual and teamwork. Okay, so this CLO 1, 2, 3, 4 refer to the information in our teaching plan over here. Okay, so this is CLO 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, CLO 1, 2, 3, 4. So I hope you can relate this. All right. So meaning that at the end of this course, you should be able to have some knowledge, all right, and then have the attributes of problem analysis, and then can use modern tool in your can handle modern tools, something like that. And then the last one, you have these attributes of individual and teamwork, can work individual or can work in team, or something like that. Okay, so these are the attributes that it is hoped that you will get through this course by achieving this course learning outcome at the end of our course. Okay, so hopefully clear lah, mapping between course learning outcome and program outcome. Okay, so kalau tak clear, so you can refer to the our faculty web page just now. Okay, so you can read further in our faculty web page about the program outcome and also learning outcome and also PEO. Okay, program educational objectives. All right, so that's it about the course learning outcome mapping. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, so next one, we are going to cover chapter 1 for this course. So chapter 1 is about introduction to computers. Okay, so it's introductory to this course lah. Alright, introduction to computers. So basically chapter 1 have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 sections. Okay, so the first one is definition of computers. The second one is history of computers. Okay, the next one is categories of computers. The fourth one is examples of computer usage or computer users. And the last one is computer application in society. So this is the sections, 5 sections that make up chapter 1, okay, introduction to computers. So let's go through these sections now. Okay, so let's take a look at the first one. First section is about definition of computers. So what is important in this section is that we need to know the answer to the question of what is computer. Okay, so this is the questions that we at least know how to answer, okay, for this section. So what is computer? Okay, so I believe that all of you already know what is computer, isn't it? All right, but this one, the blue colored one over here, is the official definition of computer lah. Okay, so the first line over here, what is computer? Computer is an electronic device operating under the control of instructions stored in its own memory that can, that can perform this one, two, three functions over here. Okay, so the first one, it can access data. The second one, it can manipulate the data according to specified rules. And the last one, it can produce results. All right, so these are the basic operations that can be performed by a computer. So as long as you come across an electronic device that operating
Hello.
under the control of instructions stored in its own memory, okay, that can accept data, manipulates data according to specified rules, and can produce outputs. So you can call that electronic device as computer. Okay, so based on this definition, so you can see that computer covers is a general term, isn't it? That covers many things. If you look at uh, your surrounding lah. All right. So this is the definition of computers. Okay, but then in some electronic device, it can also, besides performing these three functions, it can also perform the storage part here. Okay, it can also store the results for future use. Okay, after it's produced result, it can store the result for future use, and also can communicate the result with others. All right, so these are additional functions in most of the in most of the computers nowadays. Okay, it can store results for future use and communicate the result with others. So from this slide, if you see here, the red colored one in brackets over here, so this one stands for the component or the hardware that performs the operation. Okay, in other words, um, access data can be done by input a device. Okay, manipulate the data according to specified rules can be done by a processor. Okay, and then we have produce results can be shown by the output devices. Okay, and store the results for future use. This one can be performed by storage media. Okay, communicate with others can be done by communication devices. Okay, so the red colored one stands for the components that can do the specified operation just now. Okay, yang sebelah ni lah. Alright. So this is the definition of computer in general. Okay. So the progression of input. Okay, so if you look at the right side of the wording over here, okay, the progression of input from, the progression of process from input to processing to output to storage. Okay, sometimes this cycle, it is referred to as information processing cycle. Okay, so if you go through some computer engineering books, for example, so if you come across the word information processing cycle, so it's actually referred to this process. Okay, the same process that can be performed by computer. Okay. So can you get that, class? The general, okay, so the general definition of computer. Okay, so this is for our first section. All right. So any questions so far? Boleh lah So because the first definition is simple, isn't it? Straightforward, right? Okay, so this is again kita stress semula what is computer. So computer is an electronic device, okay, that can perform functions under the instructions stored in memory. Okay, dia kena ada memory tadi tu. Okay, that can access data. Okay, buat tiga benda ni lah. Access data, manipulate the data according to specified rules, and then produce results. And in some cases, it can store the results for future use and also can communicate the result with others. Okay, so yang warna merah ni adalah dia punya components that can perform each of these functions.